Hello, welcome to my video on 2 key steps to win clients. My name is Neil Potter with Improving Your Small Business. So I'm a part of 2 consulting companies over the years. One that was started in 1990 by myself and a partner. They're still going strong. And one I started by myself, the channel you're on now. And what I've noticed over those years is that when a request comes out, maybe myself and my competitors get the request. My competitors either don't reply at all, or they spend 1 or 2 weeks before they reply. In fact, I've actually met a competitor of mine where they only send out proposals on Friday. So if the customer requests something on a Monday, they have to wait 5 days to get anything because this person insists that they only do proposals on Friday. And so what I've realized is that if I can beat these timeframes here, maybe within 1 or 2 days get my response, I typically win the contract because I'm there first again. So one of the key things of my title here, the 2 ways to win business, is to be first or second and respond. So you need to be able to obviously write proposals quickly to do that. Now, when I get a request from a customer in that first conversation, I will ask them when they need the estimate by or proposal, and then tell them when I can work on it. And unless it's an immediate panic, then I'll typically beat whatever deadline they give me, usually within the same day or the next day. Now, I've also noticed that over the years I have won proposals because I am the only person that summarizes all of the key items talked about into the email or the proposal. Okay. Sometimes there's a lot of discussion that goes on, a lot of options to consider, and if we're doing it by email, that can get lost. So, for example, I had one client in Singapore, and so she and I were emailing backwards and forwards with what I could do for them. And one thing she noticed, I heard about when I got there, is that I was the only vendor to keep on summarizing all of the key points from previous scattered emails and summarize them into the next email so we can track kind of where we are. And so just being good about communication is a key factor to kind of winning, given that your competitors probably are not. Now, to speed up the proposal process, I have a Word file that contains everything, and in it I have some sections in red that I can adjust quickly. And so I'm not starting from scratch each time for that kind of flavor or that particular service and all the variations. There's one document that I edit with those variations in it, and I basically simplify it to be the one for the customer. It takes me about 20 minutes to do that on average. I also have in that template the toggle fields, so you can make Word do calculations too, speeds up your kind of math, and I'll show you an example of those too. So I go through the discussion with them, I write down all their needs, I clarify and confirm what they're saying, and provide some options, and then I put the phone down, and then I start to kind of work on the proposal. Now I have a standard template. This one here is a kind of a section. It's like a big Word document, probably 3 pages or 4 pages long. And in that template, there are some red highlights, okay? And I know where the red highlights are, I have to edit. So these are optional things, maybe the size of the group changes or who's involved or some of the steps. They're pretty standard. And so I basically go to the red highlights first and kind of edit them. And so I can go from a multifaceted proposal, a template with many options in it, and then kind of skinny down to the ones I need, given the red examples there. Now in the Word file, I have these tables that are defined, and they also have some math embedded in them. So for example, it's planning time is 1 day, the lower estimate is 4 days, the upper estimate is 5 days, the rate, and then the kind of fixed fee. So these calculations over here, these two, are based upon a formula I've put into the Word table. And so if you look at this one here, it's this formula here. What we're doing is summing the number of days, 1, 4, and 5, and then multiplying that by the rate. There's a product calculation there, and then summing them again, adding the fee. And so with a little bit of care, you can learn to kind of write this little formula. They're typically very small. So then when you click on the update field command there, it will take these values in the table, do the calculation, and then give you a final number in those cells. So behind the scenes are the calculations. It's called the toggle field codes. And then when you hit the other button on the menu, update field, they get replaced by the calculation given where the formula referred to. Now, to make it simple, the way the table works is that every column is a letter. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, okay? And every row is a number. And so if you see reference to E2, that's the A, B, C, D, E, and second line down. So you can actually just navigate into the table by columns going through A through Z, and the rows going through 1, which is the title row, and then 2, the first data row there. And so you can type in the sums and product calculations that simply refer to that table in the text there. Now, if there are other tables in the Word document you want to refer to, they're then called Table 1, Table 2, and Table 3. And so you can refer to Table 3 or Table 1 quite easily, and then you can pull together data into the final table. So, for example, this box down here is a table that exists at the bottom of the proposal. It summarizes all the events in one big place. And you can see it takes in data from other tables, like Table 1 and Table 3, and sums those to kind of give a total. So it's quite easy with a bit of structure to have tables defined in your Word document, maybe in early sections, have them labeled, and then just refer to the lines and the rows in those tables down at the bottom. And when you hit the Update Field button, then all the calculations get updated with all the values, and you are kind of done. So it does speed up a lot of the formatting and manual calculation in the Word document. So the basic flow I go through to do proposaling, I receive and acknowledge the request. Okay, I tell people I've got the request. I then talk to them and clarify what they want. So a long time ago, I never used to do the second bullet here. I would take their request and then do a proposal. And what I learned is that when I talk to them, maybe like an hour or half an hour, maybe by Teams, Zoom, or phone or something, then I can clarify all kinds of things that were not clear to me before, and then make a much better proposal. So they were asking in the email for A, B, C, okay, whatever the things they were asking for. And then when I get into the discussion, the step 2 here, I find it's really A, D, and E, okay, or maybe V. And so what they thought they wanted is A, B, C, but actually when I discuss it with them, we find other options, better ways, maybe cheaper ways to make it more robust solution, and we end up with a different set of things for them to going to do, which they like more. And so I don't know that until I actually talk to them, which is why I put a required talking step in there to figure out kind of where they are. And they like that because they like to kind of feel listened to, and they like the proposals to be kind of aimed at kind of what they need. And so then I wrote the proposal, and in there I point to 3 videos. Maybe there's some questions they asked, and I have a channel, a YouTube channel for both companies. I have articles and a newsletter for both companies. So if I believe there is an article or a video I've created over the years that's a good way to explain something, then in the proposal I will put pointers to kind of where those actually are to. Of course, I have many testimonials in there and people they can contact. And again, I'll filter those out, making sure if they're a small company or a big company or whatever, they get similar kind of people to talk to about me working with that other company. And then I follow up in 2 to 3 days. Sometimes I'm a new email address in their system, and therefore I get spammed. And so if I believe they're not either seeing it or they didn't reply to any extent, then I will contact them again. I may call them, may actually find their cell number because they put it on the contact form, and send them a nice text. Hey, I'm Neil. We spoke 2 days ago. I sent a proposal by email. Not sure if you got it yet. Please confirm. And so something just a different way to communicate with them, making sure they're going to got it. Okay. Sometimes they did get it and they're too busy. Sometimes they did not get it, and we have to then resolve that somehow. Going to send it through a different email address. So thank you for watching the video. 2 things. One is beat your competitor on responding. Your competitors are probably going to be like mine, kind of very, very slow, and they don't really kind of listen to what the request is. And secondly, don't send proposals until you have done the discussion, because there are things and details that you can never guess on or even know about until you're going to do the discussion first, and then you're set up to do the proposal. If you like some of the ideas in this video, you may also like these other classes. There's one on proposaling, and there I show some templates and actually give you them in Excel and Word, so you'll see some of the formula in Word being used. There's also a class on a comprehensive checklist to improve a company. It covers a whole range of things you could be doing or consider doing to improve your performance. There's one on managing change, particularly if you have more than one person to worry about, and so you're going to change the way your company runs. And there's one down here on time management. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Bye-bye.